Hello, my name is Ron, and I am one of the original founders of the band Judge Not. I'd like to tell you just a brief scenario of how we came to be. We started off as a three-piece band in 1988 with Izzy Garcia and Stevie Martinez. They were the guitar player, drummer. I was the bass player. And a few months into it, we added this guy. Rob came into the band, and we've been Judge Not pretty much ever since, except for a period of time where, due to the death of our guitar player and God moved people in different directions, we split up for a while.
Before that though, I think it'd be a good thing to say how when I first came into the band, I was the keyboard player.
Yeah, that's right.
And I sang with you.
Yeah, he was keyboard player.
Which was interesting how it's come about now, but yeah.
I've always been. I think I'm the only original bass player on the band.
The only one.
The only one. I still haven't got better at it. No, but anyway, Rob came in, then we went off, and after Izzy died, we got together with another guitar player, and that lasted for a little while, but everybody decided to go their own way, and Stevie and I just kept going, and we've managed to keep it together, but then in 2017, was it? When Stevie, the guy, our drummer, passed away unexpectedly. We'd been up in Minneapolis, Minnesota at SPNN Television recording some videos for them up there. And after we flew back home. We got home the next week, he died. Well, we had a concert that we were supposed to be playing, and Rob said that he would sit in and do drums for us if that was all right. And it turned out that the other guitar player with us didn't want to play. He wanted to go somewhere other way, so he left. And Rob came back with me, and we brought back his wife, Melissa, who sings with us. You'll meet her in a minute. And we also brought in Jose Flores, our other guitar player. By the way, Jose had played with me for about a year and a half before that.
That's right.
And then, so he came back, and then we got Dave Caneo. He played with us for about 2 months or so, and then.
And he was just rehearsing, right?
Yeah, he was just rehearsing and trying to get to where he could play with us, and that didn't work out. So, but now we're where the good Lord wants us to be, I think. So.
Well, I know when we first started out originally, the whole purpose of the band was we wanted to give God glory and in everything that we did, and all of the songs that we did, we weren't never really concerned about being radio friendly. We wanted to put Jesus out there in the forefront, in your face. Right. We've never watered down any of our music, any of our lyrics. It was blatant Jesus. We weren't going to sugarcoat anything. That was one of the main reasons why I loved being in Judge Not, because I remember back then I had a heavier edge to me, and we kind of blended the styles, but the one thing that you were always cool with was we were going to just blatantly bring Jesus out to the forefront of what we did. And cool thing is when I had left the band originally back in 2007, like Ron said, it just kind of, we went our separate ways. God had different things for each of us, and it's crazy how it happened to where we all came back. And when Stevie passed away, I actually had been playing drums for a while, and I knew I could keep a beat. Not as good as Stevie. Stevie's the man. But I do pretty well, and my wife could sing, and so it was funny because we weren't planning on joining the band again. We were just gonna do that one gig, but God had other plans, and praise God that when we came and got together, we just knew this is where God had us. And Jose came aboard. He felt the same way. And then I'll never forget, when we were looking for that other guitar player, Ron said, well, I have somebody in mind. And we'll see, and I get, you were saying you couldn't get him out of your head, right? It was like God kept putting him.
Yeah, it's like he told me at the time that when he was practicing with us before, he had other things going on and stuff too, and it just didn't work out with him. And so there were have to go back and say there were several concerts that we did where Rob sat in with us with the other guitar and played drums, and his wife did sing with us
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, who would have thought that was kind of sowing the seed of what was to come, right?
But I think now that the good Lord has us where He wants us to go, He's opening up some doors for us now, and we're just excited about what He's got planned for us.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. And this is just, I kind of feel in a way, I know Judge Not's been around technically for many years, but I really feel like this is just the beginning of what God's got for us, and I think it's just going to be just really, really awesome. So yeah.
So I'll just conclude saying that Rob and I are the only original of the original members,
pretty much,
of the band,
and we're still doing it.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess God bless. Let's see if we can meet some of the other people.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hi guys, this is Jose, and I've been in Judge Knot for a couple of years. I have known Ron for several years, and we both like to rock. We like to play for the Lord, and reason I do what I do is I love to express myself. When I play guitar, I may not have words or anything fancy to say. I just let the guitar do the talking, and I really love having that expressive freedom, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Dave. I'm with Judge Knot. When Ron, the founder of the band, called me up to come play, I knew that it was the right thing to do because I had just lost my job. So one thing ended and a new thing began. I know God has a plan for me, and this is the plan. With Judge Knot, we rock out. We know there's a lot of people that love to rock out also. So our idea is to catch them with the music. And once we got a hold of them with the sound, they start paying attention to the lyrics. Once the word comes in, their hearts are changed. We plant the seed, God makes it grow. God bless you guys.
So, why I'm in the band. So, Rob, my husband's actually been in the band for several years. He was actually one of the founding members, and I don't know, I never really thought about joining, but a little over a year ago, the drummer, Stevie, had actually passed away. And they had this gig that was lined up in a park. So Rob hadn't been in the band for several years. We had just been kind of doing our own thing. And to help Ron out, we just said that we would step in and just kind of fill in where help was needed. Rob stepped in on the drums. I said I would just help out with harmonies, no big deal. And we wound up having so much fun that night that we decided, hey, maybe this is something that we need to do more often, like we should actually be part of this. And I don't know, it's really hard to say why I do what I do. I love singing more than anything. It's where my heart is. That's where my heart comes out. Usually a very quiet person, usually very to myself, but when I'm singing, that's where I am. And just being able to do that, being able to share that with other people, being able to see how it affects others when they come up to you and they say, hey, I want to do that too, or wow, this really spoke to me when y'all did this. It's just, I love it more than anything, and that's something that I want to do as much as I can. I'm very blessed to be part of such a diverse group. You really normally wouldn't see people like us together. You wouldn't think of us as, people who would mesh very well together as part of a group, but here we are, and we're like a family. So it just works out. I love singing to God just because, again, that's where my heart is. That's where all of my emotion comes out, and that's where I'm at my most raw and my most vulnerable. So when I'm singing to God, that's to me, that's more real than anything else I do. It's when I'm really speaking, when I'm really letting my emotion out, when I'm really telling him what I'm feeling and who I am. And that's just where I'm at my most raw, as opposed to, doing anything else, whether I'm talking, whether I'm writing, whether I'm, even when I pray, it's just when I'm singing, that's when I have the most emotion out there. That's when I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. So that's the easiest way for me to share.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Rob. Go by Rob T. I've been a member of Judge Not since almost the very beginning. I'm kind of one of the founding members. I was the last guy to come in from the original founding members. I joined the band back in like 2000, 2001, around that time. And when I came into Judge Not, I was actually the keyboard player. And I also started to do some of the singing as well. I joined Ron in singing some harmonies, Ron and Izzy actually. And then I actually started singing some songs. And as the years went on in Judge Not, the first year that I was in the band, we lost Izzy Garcia, our original guitarist. He had passed away. And that was quite a time, because I was pretty new in the band, but I was loving what we were doing. I mean, I had such a passion, and I still do, for serving God, and I knew that this was where God had me. And I was mourning the loss of probably one of my best friends ever, but at the same time, I didn't want to stop what we were doing because I believed in it so much. And I'll never forget, we were in the hospital room after Izzy passed away, the three of us, me, Ron, and Stevie, and we made the decision to keep going. So long story short, we kept going. We found another guitar player at the time, and I actually started writing a lot of the music that we did back then. And the style was different back then. I mean, we're talking like early 2000s. There was a lot of that rapcore stuff going on, and so we kind of infused a little bit of the rap with the kind of the harder edge rock style, and it was going really well. And in 2007, I actually left Judge Not and kind of did my own thing, and God took me in a whole different direction. Still doing music, but just something totally different. And he took me away for that amount of time, and I had my own growing to do and my own maturing to do as well. Fast forward a few years to 2000 and I guess it was 2017, towards the end, and Stevie passed away. I got the call that he had passed away. I was at my job, and it hit me really hard because Stevie was always a brother to me, and I still miss him to this day. Well, at the time after it happened, we were at the funeral, and Ron had told me about a gig they had lined up to play in a few weeks. Stevie had passed away in October, and this gig was at the first weekend of November. And he was going to cancel it, and I just didn't feel right about that. So I told Ron I would sit in on drums, and I had the idea of calling Jose, who I knew had played with Judge Not previously for about a year, and then another former guitar player that we had years ago. I called him as well. And I said, let's get together and help out Ron, and let's do this for Stevie. Let's do like a memorial for Stevie. And got my wife to come in and sing backup vocals as well. And man, it was an awesome night. I'll never forget it. But something happened that night where we had a great time, and it was so much fun to play again. But I don't know, it's just I knew something was different about it, and like God was positioning us in a way to where this is where He wanted us to be. So here we are, now over a year later, and man, we're still going strong. I'm playing drums now. I'm sitting in Stevie's spot, and I can never fill his shoes because they were a lot smaller than mine. But he was just an awesome drummer, and I'll never be as good as him. But with the members that we have now, with Jose and Dave and Ron and Melissa and myself, it's kind of brought a whole different flavor to what Judge Not has done in the past. It's definitely a different sound, and man, it's like it's a brand new band again. And but the same message. The message is not watered down at all. It's the same message that Jesus still saves, and that Jesus can still cure the brokenhearted and put it back together. And no matter where you are in life, that Jesus will take you just where you are and bring you in and make you whole and reconcile you to the Father. And that's the message in our music, and we'll keep proclaiming that message. And all we hope is that the music that we share to each and every one of you that are listening to it, that it'll touch you in a certain way. Yeah, we want you to bob your head, of course, and really listen to it and rock out with us, but we just really want that message to get in your heart. So give us a listen, check it out, and hey, come see us when we're in your town, and make sure you come say hi. All right, God bless you.
Well, hello again. This is Ron. Just wanted to let you all know that how I got started with Judge Not and how it came to be. I used to sing in choir at church, and I used to play in the church praise band at the church I went to. I played guitar with them for a while, and then they said they wanted somebody to play the bass, so I said, okay, I'll do that. So I did that. Well, I felt the Lord was putting a calling on my heart to go outside the church, to do things outside the church. And I ended up working with a man whose brother, he said, was looking for some people to do Christian music with, and it turned out that the man was Izzy Garcia, who was our original drummer original guitarist who passed away. And he and I joined up, and of course we've got Stevie, and then Rob came in after a few months, and our whole desire is to go out and preach the gospel to the world, tell people like it is, you know. I guess I saw a thing that said you can't claim that God's the salt of the earth if you're always sugarcoating everything, you know, and that's the truth. When we go out, we're all about our relationship with the Lord. We have fun doing it. We want people to have fun and enjoy our music, but we're there actually to play for the Lord, and hopefully that people will find our music good, or they'll like something that we say or something that we do. We will take time to pray with people, lead them to Christ if they want that, and because it's our goal to save as many as we can. And so Judge Not's been around for a long time, and God willing, we're going to be around for a longer time yet. But I hope everybody has enjoyed the video, and God bless everybody.
Guys, I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and just for checking this out. And we really hope that we get to see a lot of you guys out there when we're on the road, because we're planning on doing a lot more shows in a lot more different places, right, Ron?
That's correct.
So, but before we go,
yes,
you notice this wonderful place that we're in. This is Smiling Castle Productions. This is a studio. We recorded our album here, and we have an awesome engineer, producer. He's actually a member of Judge Not, but he's the member that's like behind the scenes.
That's right.
And we want to introduce him to you guys because he's just so awesome. So we want you guys to just say hi, and we want to say thanks, of course, to Mr. Rick Del Castillo, who let us film here. And this is him.
How's it going? Thanks for being here. Your fries came in.
Thank you, Rick. We appreciate it. So,
come on out to the castle.
Yes, you guys, if y'all are looking at recording or doing any kind of studio work, you need to come here. Contact Rick. This is the place to be. When we're ready to record some of our new stuff, which we will be doing soon, we're coming here to do it, because ain't nobody better than Rick, honestly. I'm just being real. So, guys, thanks again. We love you. God bless you. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
I'm all about the energy. I'm the cream of the crop. And I don't know. Start again. I don't know what to say.